pray to God and ask God for certain things. You ask God for a house, for a car, for, you know, a better man, for, you know, whatever you pray to God for. And God did send the blessing to us. But guess what? Because the packaging doesn't look like what we want, we say no to it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Tisha Love. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. In today's video, I'm going to do a get ready with me and also have a little discussion with you guys about blessings and the things we're doing on a daily basis that is blocking our blessings. And this was a video I wanted to do for a very long time because I've seen situations even in my own life where I can say that, you know what, I did this, and if I didn't do that, maybe, you know, the blessing will come to me and things like that. So that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. And also in this video, I did my hair and my makeup. So if you're interested, keep watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. You can subscribe to my channel, and also those of you who are already subscribed, thank you guys so much. And don't forget to turn on your post notifications where you can see every time I do post a video. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Okay guys, so how to not block your blessing and get the help that you need. A lot of times in what I've seen so far, we tend to do this on a daily basis, especially women. But I think this video is also for men as well, because a lot of times what happens is we're afraid to ask for help, and we feel like if we ask for help, then, you know, people are gonna look at us like we are weak or things like that. Especially in I know in certain cultures, it's like if you ask for help, that's like, oh, why are you doing that? You know what I mean? You can do it by yourself, you can be independent, you can do this, you can do that, all that. You know, I'm not saying being independent is a bad thing, because it's not, but I just feel like sometimes there's certain things, times, or circumstances where it's okay to ask for help, because at the end of the day, you cannot do everything by yourself. Even to get certain type of information, you do need certain type of assistance. You need people to help you out. Sometimes you need your friends, you need even your partner that you have in your life to help you out sometimes. And I feel like people look down on that so bad, and I think that we need to take that, just that narrative where, you know, you just have to be by yourself and just do everything alone. And like, why is it so bad to by myself? You know, I can actually get the help I need and still be a strong, independent person, still be a person that is considered as, you know, not weak or vulnerable. But there's gonna be a point in your life, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, there's gonna be a point in your life where you're just like, oh my God, like I really need somebody to do this for me, because maybe I'm not as strong as a man, or maybe I'm not knowledgeable in certain things, and I do need the information from somebody to either get to the next level, or, you know, somebody to just take on that task for me. And that's okay. I just feel like sometimes we are blocking our blessing in that way, and I don't feel like it's really the healthiest way sometimes, because like, it's okay to ask for help and not feel like, you know, the person is going to sabotage you in any way. I think that's a really toxic way of thinking. And one of the saying that I really love, it's called, they say no man is an island, no man stands alone. And I firmly do believe that, because at a certain point in your life, you're gonna need people, right? Sometimes you're going through something and you really want to talk to somebody, you know, to let things out, to vent, to do whatever. And because you have this thinking like, oh, you know, I'm a strong this, I'm a strong that, you know, you're there in your misery by yourself, when you can just pick up the phone and call someone, you know, and just let that emotion out. You don't have to stay there and be bitter Betty, or, you know, sad Sam, and you're just weeping over your own sorrows, and you're sitting down feeling sorry for yourself because you don't want people to perceive you as weak and all that crap, you know. Just that I just hate how people view getting help from other people as being a bad thing, or maybe in the future that person is going to use it against you. If you think that way, then you are definitely blocking your blessing. I'm sorry. I know for me, I'm not afraid to ask for help. I have my boyfriend, and if I need help with anything, he knows how I am. I'm going to call him or text him or do whatever and be like, you know what, can you help me with this, can you help me with that? Because it's just easier. It makes your life easier. It makes your life, it feels like you feel like you have support. You don't have to face the world by yourself. The other thing I wanted to point out to you guys is, you have to minimize your pride. Especially, I know for like some women who are just, you know, anti-asking for help because you feel like, you know, I'm a strong, I'm this, I'm that. You know, nobody didn't say you're not strong. No one said that you're not, you know, independent or whatever you choose to call it. But all I'm saying is, some of you guys have people in your life that's willing to, you know, jump through the gates for you if you just open your mouth and ask for help. But because we're so prideful, we think that, oh, people are gonna perceive us in a certain way. And you never know, because sometimes when you actually ask people for help, they will be like, you know what, she's actually human. You know, she doesn't feel like, you know, she can take on the world by herself. The third thing I wanted to point out to you guys, so say for example, you're in school, right? It can be high school, middle school, even college or university. If you're struggling with something, they have tutors, they have mentors on campus. There's a reason why they have these people. They have these people because at times you're going to need help with whatever you're struggling with. You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna know everything. It's just impossible for you to know everything. If you're buying a house, you need someone with that expertise to be on your side. Maybe a realtor, maybe the bank, a mortgage specialist and stuff like that. Like, throughout life, you do need people to help you out on certain things, because there's no way that you're gonna know everything. It's just impossible. You know, maybe you're looking at it in a different way, and it's probably the harder way you're looking at it. But if someone open your eyes to a different perspective, then maybe you will get it a lot easier. You'll understand it more. Why do you have to struggling for years to do things on your own? And some of us eventually don't, you know, get anywhere because we just have this perception that everybody is against us, and that's not necessarily the case. So I just wanted to open you guys' eyes to a lot of things. It's okay to ask for help. You know, not everybody is gonna hurt you or sabotage you, like I said before. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to give you guys a perfect example. So I was born in Jamaica, and in Jamaica, like, sometimes when you accept help from people, we have this saying where we say, you know what, I don't want anyone to have anything over me. Nothing wrong with saying that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with saying that. But at the same time, if you go through life thinking that way, it's not good. Because as I said, you know, the only type of people who would shove that in your face is people who did not have your best interest at heart. If it's someone that genuinely love you and genuinely, you know, care about you and know that, you know what, I'm doing this for him or her from my heart, not necessarily because I want to use it against you in the future, you know, we need to start evaluating the type of people in our lives. If we're thinking about if we accept help from them, I wonder if they would, you know, use it against me in the future. If you have to think about that, then you need to reevaluate your circle. You need to reevaluate the type of people you are around, and stop you know, and stop struggling by yourself, you know. So that's one of the things, like, I struggled with, because we have this thing where, you know, I won't accept anything from anybody because I don't want you to have or to hold anything against me. Or maybe in the future, you know, if we have an argument, if we have a fallout, then you're gonna be like, oh, remember when I loaned you money, or remember when I did this for you, or I slept at your house because I couldn't pay my rent and stuff like that, you know. So if you're living in that type of fear that people are going to sabotage you, you won't get anywhere, you know. And you will sit there in your misery. And if you have, as I said, if you have people like that around you that you're skeptical if they might do, you know, if you ask for help, they might do that, honey, you need to get a new group of friends. You need to have, you know, certain type of people around you. Because if you're second guessing if you ask your friends or your family for help and they might use it against you in the future, you need to get a new circle of friends. There was a story where this man was drowning and he's there in the water praying to God, oh God, help me out, God, you know, save me, you know, rescue me, and all these things. And you know, I think a bunch of people were in the water, and they went sailing or boating or whatever, and they saw him, you know, fighting for his life in the water. He was drowning pretty much, and they went up to him and they, you know, they tried to help him and tell him, okay, come on the boat, you know what I mean, we can save you and stuff like that. And then he's like, no, it's okay, God will save me, God will save me, you know, God will save me. And then they left him. And then there was another boat that came, and the same thing happened. They tried to save him, and then he's like, no, it's okay, God will save me, he's going to you know, rescue me and stuff like that, you know. And then what happened, you know, he eventually drowned and he died and he went to heaven. And then, you know, when he saw God, he was like, God, what happened? You know, I prayed to you to rescue me and, you know, to save my life. What happened? And God said, you know what? I sent help to you twice. I sent the help twice with the men on the boat that tried to come around and save him, right? But he wouldn't accept the help from God. A lot of time we are blocking or blessing that way because we pray to God and ask God for certain things. You ask God for a house, for a car, for, you know, a better man, for, you know, whatever you pray to God for. And God did send the blessing to us. But guess what? Because the packaging doesn't look like what we want, we say no to it. You know, a lot of us are praying for, you know, God, send me a good man, send me a great man, send me this, send me that. But because maybe, you know, the packaging is not what we want, maybe the guy is not really as good looking, or maybe he's not really rich, or, you know, financially stable right now, you don't know the blessing that, you know, you're blocking yourself from. Because what? It doesn't look like the package that we want, right? He thought God would save him in a different way, you know, and God actually sent the boat to him twice and he refused. A lot of us are doing it right now, and that is a perfect example to show you that sometimes the help is out there for us and people are willing to help us and lend us a hand, but because we're in our own thoughts, our own perception of what would happen or what we think would happen, we don't accept the help. And what that is doing is sabotaging us, and then the blessing never come around. When you're praying and you're asking for things, I think that you guys need to be open. You need to be open to all the possibilities that would come to you, because you never know where the blessing is coming from. You never know where that manifestation is coming from. So just be mindful that it might not be in what the package that you're looking for, but at the same time, that can be just the blessing that you need. The other thing what we do too is sometimes we sabotage females for accepting help from men, especially men that they are in relationships with. And I always find that to be really weird, simply because I think we live in a culture where we're teaching women to be independent, and you guys need to stop looking at things on the surface, because I personally feel like a lot of those women who you see are independent and things like that, there's a lot more to it. Sometimes they do get help from their partners and they're not necessarily voicing it, and not to say that a lot of them don't do things on their own or make it on their own, but a lot of times you don't know what's actually going on in the background. So some of you would actually assume that, oh, she has a sugar daddy if she has a certain status in life and things like that, or oh, she's only with men who has a certain type of income, or she's with him for money because she's high maintenance and all that stuff. And I just find it really funny, because at the end of the day, as I said, if you're with a partner and you need help, why is it so bad to get help from your partner? Why do you guys make it seem like if you're in a relationship and you need something, you can't ask the man for help? Like, I never got that. Like, to me, it seemed so ridiculous. Why does she have to be a gold digger if she is getting help from the man that she's with, she's in a relationship with, that she is sharing her body with, she's having, you know, intercourse with this man? Like, why is it so taboo to get help from him? Like, it doesn't make any sense. But I always say that, you know, it doesn't matter if you do good or bad, people are going to always have something to say. But I never understand the point of you in a relationship, and maybe since you were with this man, you know, your life got elevated. Maybe you weren't driving before, but the man bought you a car, you know, he helped you to move into a nicer apartment, or he even a house, you know, things like that. Like, he helped you to elevate your life. I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing, but people do view that as a bad thing, like getting help from the person that you're with. You know, it's supposed to be a bad thing. Like, it doesn't make any sense for me. Do you want that female to be with a dusty man that cannot do anything for her but just to go to bed with her? You know what I mean? So when you guys are bashing some of these women sometimes, like, oh, she has a boyfriend that buys this for her, buys that for her, would you prefer her to be with a dusty man? You know what I mean? So I just wanted to see what's your point of, you know, saying that, oh, a man does this for her. You know, like, I don't think females should be with a man that, you know, necessarily cannot help her to, you know, make her life better. You know, I think, as I said, it's a two-way street. He's with her because, you know, she does something for him, right? And then at the same time, the man, he's with this woman because you never know, this woman make him feel like a man. You know what I mean? I know certain men, if you're in a relationship with them and they even try to help you in certain way and you don't want to accept it, some of them look at it as an offense, you know. So we as female have to also be mindful of that as well, because, you know, as I said, you know, it's not a bad thing to get help, but the way society views it, it's really, really bad. Okay guys, so I'm going to start doing my makeup now. I'm going to take the shininess off my T-zone area. So I normally go in with the Farsali Skin Tune Blur. That helps to blur out any shininess that I do have around my T-zone. And now that it's actually summer, I have a lot of that because the sun tends to make you sweat a lot more, you know, and things like that. So I'm just gonna blend that out, especially during my T-zone. And this actually works as a primer as well, and that helps to give you a nice base where before you put on your actual foundation. The foundation I use is the Born This Way foundation. This is an oil-free foundation, so it does offer like a type of matte finish, and it's also a full coverage foundation. And I'm going to use this cosmetic wedges, these sponges. I like to use them because after I use them, I just throw them out, so they're disposable. I'm going to damp it with this setting spray. This is the LA Girl setting spray, so I just damp it. Okay, and then I just put a little on my arm. And because it's summertime, I don't really use a lot of foundation because I don't want to sweat it out too much. So we're talking about like blocking your blessings and all that stuff, and how people should be more accepting of getting the help that they do need. I'm a firm believer in that. Like, as I said, not everybody in your life is trying to harm you, and sometimes you know, if you're a female, sometimes we have this perception like, you know, if a man offers you help, maybe he wants something. I don't necessarily think that that is 100% true, because I feel like some men, they don't necessarily want to get in your pants. Some people, they actually genuinely want to help you. I've, like, for myself, and the reason why I wanted to make this video is just to point out certain things to you guys, because I've seen, even in my life personally, how because I wasn't paranoid, because I wasn't afraid to accept help from individual, like, it helped my life to, you know, be elevated to the next level, you know, as a young woman and as a Black woman as well. You know, and because I'm a living testimony of that, you know, I just wanted to share it with you guys, so you guys can see that, you know, not every time you accept help from people, it can be a negative, or it can turn out to be a negative situation, because sometimes it can be a beautiful experience, you know. And I don't think God wants us to struggle. I don't think, you know, he wants to see us not living our best life. and things like that. But sometimes when you pray to God, I just want you guys to just be open and know that help can be coming from anywhere in your life. For me, I used to pray for a lot of things. I used to manifest a lot of things in my life, and I write it down, and trust me, like, it has come to pass. And it has come to pass because I allowed myself to be open and to, you know, like, not to look at the situation as a negative thing. And because I was able to do that, a lot of my blessing, you know, came to me like that. So don't block your blessing by being, you know, bitter Betty or sappy Sam. Be accepted, be open, you know, to people who are trying to help you out. Not everyone is trying to hurt you, as I said. And we should, you know, stop living in fear, because fear can literally paralyze you and make you not live your best life, and make you not be, you know, accepting and see people for who they truly are. Because some people come in your life and they can be an absolute blessing to you, but because you have that fear, you'll never know, right? So just be mindful of that. So because I have lash extensions on, I'm not going to put any mascara on my top lashes, but I'm just going to apply it on my bottom. Because I'm using the brow pencil from Benefit Cosmetics, I only use the sulfur part, the brush part, and I brush my eyebrows. And for my lash extensions, I just brush that area. I don't put any mascara on, just to keep them, you know, in place. Yeah, because I still want that type of natural look, you know, that clean finish. My lip gloss, I've been using the NARS lip gloss. This is Risky Business. I got this in Sephora, and I've been loving it ever since. It's so nice. I wear it almost every day. Just going to finish off with a little gloss. This is the Glossify hair polish from Kerasoft. I had this thing for like the longest time. I had it for years, and it's actually in a little bottle. But because I'm usually wearing my natural hair anyways, I didn't really use it that often. Those are my pointers with not blocking your blessing. It's okay to get help from people. You know, not everyone is trying to sabotage you or to hurt you in the future. So I just wanted to help you guys out, give you like a different perspective on how to look at certain things, because I've seen so many blessings in my life that, you know, I've manifested and it comes to pass, and a lot of people have helped me along the way because I was open and I was willing to accept it. So thank you guys so much for watching this Get Ready with me. It was so much fun, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys want to see more of these videos. All right guys, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.